Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this week's weekly vlog. Starting a little bit differently because it is actually Tuesday evening, but I thought that I would start the vlog now because we're going to be doing a good old-fashioned classic week in my life as a yoga teacher online edition, because obviously my work is majority online. So this is going to be a bit of a week in the life of a online yoga teacher. If you can hear it in the background, that would just be Jake going on Teams in his office. But yes, welcome to this weekly vlog. Not quite a full week, we're kind of doing a little bit of a week. Tuesday evening, I'll take you to Friday. So yes, happy Tuesday. As I said, this is a relatively busy worky week. The way in which my work is kind of structured at the moment, I have busier weeks and I have quieter weeks, which is really, really nice. Yes, as I was saying, this week is a relatively busy week because I am doing some filming for my online soul studio, and we are filming roughly 4 or 5 classes this week. Lots of classes for the month of February, but also sort of going forward as well. So it's a relatively busy week, but I'm really, really, really excited. We also have a live class workshop, more full moon circle workshop on Thursday evening. So it's one of those slightly more full-on weeks, which I'm really excited about. I just love my job, I love my work. So I thought we could hang out and we could spend a bit of a week in my life together. With that being said, as I said, today is Tuesday. I've had a relatively sort of errandy day. I had a few things I needed to do a return earlier, and then I was actually I did a blog post on the Soul Shadow blog. That's Mango in the background. I did a blog post on the Soul Shadow blog, which, if you don't know, my soul studio, my online studio, has a free blog attached to it where I just share musings, recipes are coming, but also just like musings and deep thoughts and whatnot. So that was one thing for today. I needed to upload a blog post, and that is actually one of the main forms of, whether I say marketing or not, it's one of the main things that we do on the Soul Shadow to just connect with clients and to connect with people who also aren't clients. We just love making these blog posts as a way of connecting with people. And then I had an email I needed to send out, which was a nice long email all about a goddess's guide to Valentine's Day, because it is Valentine's Day this week, which is exciting in the sense of, I think it's the most beautiful, perfect excuse to practice a little bit more self-love. So yeah, that is kind of what's on the agenda for this week. As I said, tomorrow is a full-on filming day. Thursday we've got a workshop, probably lots of editing of classes. But with that being said, I have had the most exciting delivery, and to be honest, I probably would have started this vlog tomorrow had this delivery not arrived today, but it has arrived. And when I tell you I have been waiting on tender hooks for this to arrive, I am so excited. Now, what has arrived is from the Bloom and Believe, I think Bloom Believe Collective, I believe, and this is a manifesting ritual box. Now, you guys will know I love a ritual. I'm always doing rituals. I actually share full length follow along rituals on my soul studio, the Soul Shala. For members, we go with the Wheel of the Year. There's also other rituals on there, but that is just something I do. It's very much within my practice. And when the lovely Courtney, who is the founder and creator of this lovely ritual box, which I'm so excited to open with you, got in touch and said, I'm creating a ritual box for deepening manifestations, I was just like, actually, I've never needed anything more. I definitely feel like over the past year, over the past maybe 2, I don't even know, for a long time I definitely have been feeling a little bit stagnant in my manifestations. Not really in a bad way, but I've definitely kind of taken a step back from my manifesting practice and have just been really trying to be present, which is also really important. I think there are times for both of these things. But when she got in touch and said, can I send you one of these, I was like, actually yes, because I have some things that I actually really would love to manifest this year, and I just feel like they need a little bit of an extra boost. And sometimes it is so lovely to have someone else tell you what the extra boost is. So as I said, I thought we could open this together, even as far as like the personalized stickers and the branded stickers. It's honestly so beautiful. So let's, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So I don't think I've spoken much about Courtney, but Courtney and I have actually been friends for many years, and she lives in the Scottish Highlands. So everything in here is handmade in the Scottish Highlands, which I am genuinely convinced, also due to like its Celtic roots, but like magical part of the country without a doubt. I'm sure she does do international shipping, but okay, moment of truth, because we are, oh my goodness, honestly, this is stunning. So the idea I think behind this is that it's meant to have everything I need to basically do a manifesting ritual and practice. And she included a little note. It says, "To Amara, I hope you love the manifesting ritual box and practice. Happy manifesting, Courtney." I am so excited. So from what she said, the idea behind this is it's manifesting back to neuroscience, and it's very inspired by like Mother Nature, and from what I understand, like the real properties of nature, and manifesting as a continual practice. And that is something I'm really big on. So for those of you who don't know, one of like the cornerstones of everything I share out on the Soul Shallot is rooted feminine healing. This idea of being rooted and grounded and connected to nature is a really big part of everything I do, but also a big part in everything I believe. I think nature can not only be so healing, but just so magical in so many different ways. So with that being said, let's dive into what is in here. Okay, first things first. Oh my goodness, how lovely is this? There's even just like a little twilly of like, oh, just love it. Okay, the first one is a clear quartz crystal, obviously amazing for amplifying manifestation. So I can completely understand why she put that in. Everything is honestly gorgeous in here. Look at all of the branding and the beautiful paper. I am such a sucker for branding. In case anyone hasn't noticed already, beautiful branding is like my favorite thing. So little clear quartz crystal. This also comes with like a guided ritual that you can do with Courtney, and she guides you through how to use all of this, which I just think is so amazing. And I'm so excited to do this. This is on the list of things I will be doing this week because I know exactly what I need this for. Just my little twilly of, I think there's a lavender. Oh, it smells lovely actually. That's very sweet. The next thing is, oh, I know what's in here. This is a rosemary smudge stick, which I really love, because obviously there is a big focus on trying to shift smudge sticks to more indigenous herbs within your culture, and rosemary is amazing for smudging with. Oh my gosh, and she literally has the entire step-by-step ritual here as well as having a guided one where you scan the QR code. So that is gorgeous. What else is in here? Oh my gosh, how lovely. There's also a little pack of ceremonial cacao, which, to be honest, is usually quite expensive, so I'm very excited about this. Pure, authentic, ceremonial grade cacao crafted for intentional rituals. So this is actually a part of your ritual. Mango is actually down here tucking into all of this. Very curious as to what's going on. This is actually one of the things I'm most excited about. So this is, I'm going to open it with you actually. This is a essential oil roller that has been created with all like beautiful handmade and hand designed essential oils, but this has been created with like the properties of the oils that should support your manifestations. And the idea behind this is basically that smell invokes a feeling. So every time you smell this, you're brought to the feeling of manifestations, and that is something that I believe in so strongly. I always do that with my classes, especially when I was doing in-person classes. I would always use the same incense because it's smart. It like sparks something in people's memories of like, last time I was here smelling this smell, I was relaxed, so I'm gonna relax again. And I truly do believe in the power of aromatherapy. I think it is honestly, actually, maybe it's the Taurus rising in me and the fact that Venus rules my chart, but smell is just, it's one of those like real beautiful luxuries that I think that can really transport you. I'm really tucking into this down here. So excited. Bloom beyond belief, cedarwood, geranium, and tangerine. It's created to ground, enhance focus, promote inner strength, expand the heart center, uplift, increase creativity, increase optimism, align with abundance, and increase your vibrational state. I love that grounding is in there because, again, that is something that's very important to me. Oh my gosh. This smells so, oh, it actually feels lovely as well. I wonder what she's used to carrier oil for this, because this is lovely. It's like, it feels almost nourishing for the skin. Honestly, this is obviously not sponsored or anything. This was sent to me as a gift, but I would be buying this with my own money as well because I am so excited about this. That is gorgeous. And then at the bottom here is these intention planting cards, and you can actually plant these into the earth, which I just think is so beautiful. So you write like your intentions behind them and you put them into the earth. So soak, plant under 1 centimeter of soil, water, and watch bloom. That is so exciting. I am, as you can probably tell, so thrilled about this and so excited to tuck into this and do a ritual maybe with you guys this week. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna do at least some of this ritual with you guys this week. But with that being said, this is a very long opening to the vlog and I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for spending the week with me. The plan is for the evening is, because tomorrow is a big old filming day, I actually have one class I'd like to do some pre-planning for. I don't pre-plan all of my classes anymore, but the occasional one here or there I feel just needs a little, especially when I have a filming day of quite a few classes back to back. Sometimes I like to just have a little plan, jot down some notes so that I can just refer back if I need like just a refresh of memory between classes. So that's the plan for this evening. I'm in my comfy yoga stuff and I'm just gonna step on my mat and have a little plan of some classes. I did actually do a yoga practice earlier, quite gentle though for myself. So this is my second time on my mat today, but that's fine. So yeah, plan a few classes. Then I will probably begin to pack up some things for tomorrow. I might take you through what it is that I pack on a class filming day tomorrow morning, but for this evening I am going to get on so that we can check back in the morning and really dive into this little mini week in the life as an online yoga teacher. Guys, happy Wednesday. And as I mentioned, I think when I started the vlog yesterday, today is a class filming day and we're off to a good start. I didn't check in with you this morning because I was just wanting to get out the door and get myself going because, as I mentioned, it's a slightly longer filming day. So I've got one class down. Whilst I had the camera set up, I thought I would check in with you. So when I am filming classes for Soul Shadow, I tend to bulk film them, obviously because I don't film them at home usually if I can help it. So I usually am within a studio space of some sort. So bulk filming classes tends to be the best sort of recourse to go. So the plan for today, I've just filmed a holistic hatha flow for the Soul Shadow. We're doing a soulful stretch class next, and then I've got a nice long yummy yin practice to film, which I'm quite excited about. But that one is probably, I reckon, going to be the last one of the day just because it's a slightly longer one. I would like to just get a little bit of content for the Soul Shadow Instagram as well. I don't usually post very much to Instagram anymore, but it's always good just to have some sort of backup stuff that I can use should I wish to use it. And also sometimes what I do post on Instagram is usually stuff I've done with my photographer, but we don't always do videos of me flowing. So it can be nice just to set up the camera and have those should I need them for whatever it might be on our Soul Shadow Instagram page. So yes, that is kind of the plan for the day. As I said, we're off to a very good start, and I think I said I would tell you what I pack within my bag. Now I have done a whole video on what I bring in my handbag for teaching yoga, but when I am filming it tends to be quite a lot. I've got a big old French market bag here of all the things I bring. To be honest, mostly what's in here is different outfits. Should I want to make it just have some variation in the way the classes look, sometimes I will change outfits. I've literally got my mat set up there after one class finished. But yes, I know I will change for one, definitely change for one class day. I don't know if I'm going to change for two. Quite happy in what I'm wearing. I've then got a portable charger, which I can plug my camera into and my mics into, which is really, really helpful. I've got my camera case, I've got my laptop, which is over there kind of already set up because I'm going to pull some footage off now. I usually have like fuzzy socks. I've got my Uggs on. I can show you actually what it is that I'm wearing. Let me move the angle because this is a bit of an awkward angle for sure. So outfit wise, this is what I'm wearing, and I have my Ugg Tasmans on, which are, I personally feel, a yoga teacher's staple because the floors are cold and I just don't like my feet being cold. So they're great because I can just whack them on. But otherwise I'm wearing this really lovely, I guess kind of, I think they call it vanilla, I have no idea, but like butter coloured set from Lilo Active. And then I've just got an intimacy thermal on because it's cold. I've also got like a big fuzzy jumper over there that I usually will put on between classes as well. So I don't know if I've mentioned this before, and I quite often get this question when I mention my job and what it is that I do. I often get questions as to whether I do all of the filming and editing and the mic setups and everything myself. Yes, I do. I'm quite a DIY girl. I like to work on my own timings for the most part. I'm very particular about how classes look, so having them within my own control, and also just like cost effective wise for the business, it's much better just to have me do it myself. And I am relatively techy. I do enjoy that side of things, so it doesn't really feel like too much of a chore. So yes, with that being said, I'm gonna get on. 2 more classes minimum to go. We'll see how we go for the day, and then I'm actually meeting my friend for a coffee later on the way home, so that'll be really, really nice. So let's teach some more classes. Back to Soul Shower, and welcome to today's holistic hatha flow. This is a slightly new style to our classes here on the Soul Shower, and this is one of those really traditional style practices. Hatha yoga is rooted in the energy. Outfit number 2 for the day. I've put you on my phone because the camera is all set up for the next class. I have made myself peppermint tea because we are filming Yin next, which is exciting. It's a nice long one, but it means I can sip on tea because it is honestly freezing in here. It always is. I always feel the cold more than most people, but yes. My next set is, this is a We Are Tala set and the same thermal because, as I said, it's cold. And I've also got woolly socks on. When I am filming classes, for the most part, outfit wise, I try to keep things, obviously I want to feel confident in what I'm wearing, but I try and keep things really minimal because I want you to focus on your yoga practice, not on what I'm wearing for the most part. But also I want to be comfortable and feel happy in what I'm in, so it tends to be very much like light neutral Soul Shower colors. But yes, I am gonna sip on this tea. I don't think I mentioned, but these are actually the flares, and of course my Uggs to keep me warm. But yes, I am gonna sip on this tea, and then we're gonna film the next class. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. I am out for my morning walk, but I must admit I'm not usually one to berate the English weather, but I do have to say it is Baltic at the moment. It is so cold. So I'm out on my morning walk looking very rosy and cold and pink-nosed. But saying that, I know I mentioned this in last week's vlog, this sort of Cezanne jacket jumper, I think it's called the Tejas jacket. I actually found it on Vinted. It was in last week's vlog. Has been amazing because it is the perfect underlayer with all of my coats to keep me warm. But anyway, as I was saying, it is Thursday. I think I left you guys yesterday having finished classes. I got 4 classes done yesterday, which was really a productive day, which is good. That does mean that we have an awful lot of editing to do, which is also actually one of my favourite things. So that is kind of what's on the cards for today. Usually on hair wash day, which it is, I would usually go for a run, but given how many classes I did yesterday, it was cold. I thought, you know what, I'm actually gonna just go on my usual walk instead. The plan for today is I have a plane going over. I have a social workshop this evening for the Leo full moon. Please forgive the sound of planes in the background. But yes, we have a workshop for the Leo full moon. It's a bit of a Galentinesy self-love workshop, so I'm quite excited for that actually. So that is the plan for the evening. But to be honest, for the rest of the day, I just want to be really cozy, probably put on a pot of tea and chug along with some laptop work. So that is one of the things I think that we don't maybe, or people don't talk about as much, having moved a lot of my work online, which I love. I'm so grateful I did. A lot of my work is sat on my laptop and at home, which whilst it took an adjustment period, I actually really love. So yeah, that is the plan for the day. I'm going to continue on my walk and then get home and get cozy. Good evening, guys. Forgive the quite intense lighting is sort of leaned up on my laptop, but I have actually just finished our Leo full moon Galentine's workshop on Soul Shadow. I'm literally just waiting for the file to convert now, which was honestly so lovely. It was so nice to be able to come together as a community. I honestly, when I say they are the highlight of my months, the highlight of my weeks, I love connecting with members live in that sort of more casual workshop setting or circle setting. It brings me so much joy, and we are so fortunate on Soul Shadow just to have so many lovely, gorgeous, beautiful women to come together with. I often just don't even know how I'm so lucky to have just so many lovely souls that I get to connect with. I always feel so unbelievably grateful. Pinch myself every day. I'm so lucky. It really is such a blessing. But anyway, with that being said, we just finished our full moon workshop. I pulled some cards. We had a long chit chat. We spoke a lot about self-love and self-confidence, and obviously under this Leo full moon there's a lot of energies going around. It will have been well and gone by the time this vlog goes live, but felt really good to chat about that. Now it is about 6:15 and I am very much finished for the day. I didn't really chat to you guys earlier, but I spent most of the day editing classes. I uploaded a class to YouTube. I haven't really spoken about this on here, but I'm aware that a lot of people who probably watch these yoga teacher vlogs probably are yoga teachers and are maybe coming to them for a feel for something. So obviously I said I uploaded a class to YouTube. I actually use YouTube as one of my main forms of marketing, and that is why I end up posting a fair few, not too many, but some of maybe the shorter classes from Soul Shadow I do share for free on YouTube, just so people can get an idea of my style of teaching. So yes, when I say I'm uploading to YouTube, it is very much a part of sort of the systems in place for my work and the marketing systems in place, which is so fun because I love YouTube and I love you guys here too. So that was really good. Uploaded a new class. If you haven't already seen that, it's a really lovely yoga for feminine energy. Love that class. And then I was editing classes for Soul Shadow. I have quite a lot of editing to get through. Not too big of a turnaround, but lots of editing to get through. So to be honest, that is pretty much my workload kind of coming into the end of the week, is lots of editing. I also have this vlog to edit. There were blog posts to write, but I got those done sort of earlier in the week. But yes, that has kind of been what my day has been like. Very different from yesterday, but I really love the variety, and I also really love sort of having quieter days and busier days. But with that being said, as I said, it's about 6:15, 6:30. I am going to settle in for the evening. I'm gonna have some dinner. I'm gonna make myself, maybe I'll make myself a hot chocolate, and probably start a new book. Actually, I definitely think that's what I am going to do. So I'm gonna log off with you guys now, and I will check in with you in the morning. Good morning, guys. I did actually just check in with you, but it was far too windy for you to hear what I was saying. But good morning, happy Friday. We finally have some sunshine. I was actually thinking yesterday that it's been a little while since we'd seen the sun here. So as much as I really have come to appreciate and love winter's energy, an odd sunny winter day does help me get through these sort of slower winter months and days. Saying that, like, we really don't have that much longer of winter's energy. I'm really trying to remind myself to enjoy it and kind of enjoy the slightly slower pace, and I don't know, just really soak it out, because I think coming into spring and summer, the energy always is, lighting would be much better this way, but the energy always is just that little bit more outward, and yeah, it's quite high energy during that time. So trying to remind myself to enjoy this winter energy. But with that being said, it's Friday, it's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, guys. We don't tend to really celebrate Valentine's Day very much, for no other reason than it's just not one of those that, I think it's quite a small one, and I also think at times it can also be a little bit of a, I don't know, like, you sort of buy a lot of things that you probably don't need that much, and I'm not one for unintentional spending. But we are going to go for dinner because we love going for dinner on a Friday night anyway. And I did get Jake a card. So yes, that is kind of the plan for today. But I wanted to also just pop on and say, please remember that if anything, Valentine's Day is an opportunity to practice self-love even more. And like, just a little reminder of, like, the most important relationships we have are with ourselves, like, without a doubt. I can't stress that enough. And I feel like, obviously this is kind of not this exact vlog, but this sort of episode or series we've been doing of the Healing Diaries here on the channel that's been something that I've definitely been learning, is like, just really holding self-love and self-respect is so important. But I'm going off on a tangent. Good afternoon, guys. I am looking completely different from where I left you. My phone actually died whilst I was on my walk with you guys, nattering away. So yes, that was that, and I then got back and have showered and got dressed, and I've actually just been editing this week's vlog and also a few classes for Soul Shadow and getting them uploaded. Cats are going to be running around in the background because it is coming up to their dinner time, and I call this like witching hour because they literally they're so impatient. I don't know how they can tell the time, I really don't, but they are very patient. But yes, as I was saying, I don't know if I said this earlier when I got cut off, that today was mostly an editing day, and I've got mostly everything I needed to get done. One thing I also was chatting about earlier is I was just chatting a little bit about, it sounds silly, but just this being out in nature. And I feel like as of late, not even as of late, probably for a really long time now, I feel like where I get the most connection to my highest self, like one of my really cornerstone spiritual practices has been that getting out in nature and that being in nature. And that is just so much a part of like almost like spiritual hygiene for me. So yeah, I just feel like in a lot of ways it has kind of overtaken my meditation practice in a lot of ways because it feels so meditative. I just really love it, and I wanted to kind of share that because I think our meditative practices can really depend and change on what suits us and what we connect with at different times within our life and what we have time for and what our priorities are. But that for probably the past year or so has just been like my favorite way of connecting more deeply and just like stilling the mind, calming the mind, however you want to think about it. Definitely that is for sure one of them. I feel like it's where I get all of my downloads, it's where I get all of like, I don't know, just it's where I figure things out most of the time, and I always feel so much lighter afterwards. So yes, that is just something I kind of wanted to mention there. And with that being said, this afternoon, something I would like to tuck into, or maybe even it might have to go into this weekend, it may have to, I don't know, it might go into this weekend. I might start on it this evening and have a little look at it this evening and then continue it in the weekend because I want to be very intentional with it. I am honestly, I haven't had time this week, but I am dying to tuck into this little box and do a little manifestation ritual. I was actually looking at this because she has a QR code that you can scan. My phone has a QR code that you can scan and then it takes you to the follow along ritual. Okay, so it is about an hour long, so I'm probably not going to be able to do it today, but it takes you to this really lovely sort of private YouTube channel and then it starts the ritual. So probably not today, but over the weekend I'm actually going to put aside some time, probably tomorrow, to do that and to really dive into this ritual. I probably won't put it in this vlog, but I will mention it in next week's vlog and let you know how it went, and maybe I'll include some clips if I remember to take some tomorrow. But yeah, I was also, the cats are honestly, they're like playing tag in front of me. They're doing zoomies around the house, so if you can hear them, apologies. But the other thing I was kind of wanting to come on and speak about, I guess because I don't really do these yoga teacher vlogs that often anymore. This used to be like mainly what my channel was, and I feel like we've grown, we have become a lot more multifaceted and multidimensional, which I really love, and also the way in which I structure my work has completely changed. And I think I mentioned this months ago, maybe, I can't remember really if I did mention this, but it feels good just to mention it here that the way in which I work as a yoga teacher now has completely changed, and the way in which I run my business as a yoga teacher has completely changed. For those of you who've been here a while, you might remember, but my work used to, I think for the most part, to sort of generalize, be very reliant on outside sources. So I was very focused on like Instagram being one of my main forms of marketing and it constantly needing to be there. And to be honest, like it was last year probably that, quite early on in last year if I'm honest, that I really began to sit with that didn't feel aligned for me anymore, and that didn't feel like the way in which I wanted my work to feel ultimately. And to be honest, it took a lot of thinking, it took a lot of reflection, it took a lot of, for lack of a better word, bravery, because I was like, oh my goodness, am I kind of going to tank everything if I decide to completely change the way that I basically connect with my students and connect with clients and just make those relationships. And especially with my work being all online now, I do have to be online in some shape and form. So that was a really big sort of pivotal moment within my work, and I truly do believe that was probably one of the biggest things that have allowed me to really shift the way that my work feels. I feel like I'm really able to take a deep breath with it. I'm able to live a little bit more slowly. I'm able to be a lot more intentional with what it is that I share. And actually I'm able to make, hopefully it feels like this, but I know that I feel like this, I'm able to make far more intentional connections and far more like intentional relationships with students and clients and whatnot. And that is a big thing. That means honestly the world, and I'm very, very, very grateful for that, and I'm very just really pleased. So you may have come onto this vlog and it feel like a little bit different, maybe it's not quite as hustly as you expect, whatever it might be, and know that that is so intentional. This was like my dream. Maybe not the whole dream, we still have a lot to work on, don't get me wrong here. But the part of things being a little bit slower and being able to be out in nature every day and things like this, like at one point in my life and in one point within this career, that was like the dream. And I must always remind myself how much closer we've got to that, because sometimes I think I forget it too. But yeah, I just thought I would put that there in case it resonates with anyone. But with that being said, I am going to finish the vlog here. I just want to say thank you so much for spending this week with me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really hope you enjoyed this week's vlog. If you did, please subscribe if you aren't subscribed. So many of you guys actually aren't subscribed, and I keep meaning to say this. I'm not going to force you, but I'd love for you to stay. So subscribe if you aren't already, and pop me a comment, say hello. But otherwise, I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you in next week's vlog. Bye guys.